Hey there YouTube, Far North Racing here. Yeah, I know, right? It's been a long time since the last video. The bottom line is, right around the time of my last video, I got a new position at work and my life got super busy in a hurry. So I really haven't had as much time lately to work on the Stealth or other projects. But lately I've been forcing myself to work on some stuff. I got something here that I've been working on, and I think I've got enough here to make a video. And so the mad scientist is out, and let's have a look at what I'm up to. So what's going on is I got a line on a lathe to replace my piece of shit Chinese 3-in-1, and I intend to convert it to CNC control. And what this here is my prototype CNC controller. What we've got is we've got stepper motor, which you need to be able to drive an axis. You've got the power supply that drives the stepper motor. You've got the stepper motor driver here. You've got the power supply here for the electronics. What we have here is what's called a smooth stepper, which is the electronics package which makes this stuff all work. And of course over here we have ourselves a 5-volt fan to provide a little bit of cooling. This particular assembly is just a thrown together, fabric-cobbled kind of deal to put it all in one place and see if I can't get it to work. This will eventually be changed into a more robust, better design system that'll serve as the control box for the lathe. So here we are with the prototype powered up. Now you can see this is really sort of electrically nasty. I've got AC coming across these wires into the front of the power supplies. There's no switch, there's no fuses, there's no nothing. Like I say, this is prototype mad scientist stuff. But we've got a green light here on the power supply. We've got this green light on this power supply. We've got blinky lights here coming from the smooth stepper. So everything looks like it's working pretty well. The fan is turning and the stepper motor is hissing a little bit. So we've got a heartbeat. And all we have to do now is fire up Mach 4. New blinky lights, which says that Mach 4 has made its connection. And we can go ahead and play with the jogger. And look at that. We've got movement. We can go ahead and play with the jog rate. Let's turn it down to 65%. Or we can go all the way down. There's 15%. So there we are. It works. Two ways of cracking this nut for CNC controllers. You can have your intelligence be inside your controller, which is the way that the X-Car's X controller works. It's got an Arduino built inside of it that takes raw G-code across the USB link and then it runs it there. Or you can do it what this one is, where the G-code interpreter is inside the computer and the computer is sending through TCP/IP packets through the Ethernet card actual motor controls, which it then goes ahead and converts into motion controls for the motor. Some notes on here. This breakout board allows you to connect inputs and outputs to be able to talk to the smooth stepper. So I can go ahead and add limit switches and controls for the spindle and variable frequency drives to run how fast the motor turns, and that allows you to do some really cool things with the lathe. Also worth pointing out that the reason why the whole motor driver is involved is it acts as a current limiter to the stepper motor over here. Stepper motors will take wide ranges in voltage, and in fact they work better the more voltage you give them, but they can't have more than their rated current or they get really, really hot. So this thing's purpose in life is to limit the current that goes to the stepper motor. This is basically a solid state relay. It takes 5-volt pulses from the smooth stepper and turns on power from the high voltage DC power supply, but that pulse width modulates it so that it limits the amperage to what the motor can take. And that particular motor takes about 2.5 amps, so that's been set that way. So the next step is to figure out how to package this thing in an enclosure that makes more sense from a safety and electrical perspective. So it's not just hanging out in the air. Other things like switches and fuses and the sorts of stuff that keep you from burning your shop down. So that's it for now, just a quickie. Look for some more videos to come out relatively soon. You know, the channel's back in action. Thanks for watching.
Let me grab my beater.